Welcome back to Good Day Chicago. It's now 7:30. I'm Corey McFerrin.
And I'm Anna DeBlantis. So Anthony Weiner is admitting to yet another sexually inappropriate relationship. He's running for mayor of New York, as we know.
Exactly. And his wife, Huma Abedin, is standing by her man. But should she? Dr. Daniela Schreier is here with us. And first of all, let's take a listen to what he had to say for himself yesterday.
This behavior that I did was problematic, to say the least, destructive, to say the most, caused many stresses and strains in my marriage, but I'm pleased and blessed that she has given me a second chance.
Anyone else just feeling for her, having to stand there? She looks awkward and uncomfortable, and this is a humiliating thing. Dr. Schreier, so many women and men deal with this. What do you see here? How do you read this situation?
Good morning. You're very empathic, Anna, as usual, but nobody forces her to stand there but herself. This is about social status, about power and time investment. She met this man when he probably was embarking on a great career, and this is very attractive for us as women. You want your man to be going somewhere, and he was a good candidate even back then for the mayor of New York, maybe even a future presidential candidate. And so probably she does not want to let that go. I'm not saying that there's not love, but look, love at its best is not blind. It sees very clearly. This is a behavior pattern that has been repeated. It was denied by him, and yesterday, guys, listen, he didn't even know when photos could come out. He said maybe as late as last summer, but I am not sure. Probably tomorrow something pops up from last month.
Yeah.
Could
you
be.
get that sense. You really did.
Yeah, really. And so she says, you know, it wasn't easy, but I made this decision after lots of therapy and lots of work. In fact, let's listen to what she had to say as she came up to the mic and addressed the media.
Our marriage, like many others, has had its ups and its downs. It took a lot of work and a whole lot of therapy to get to a place where I could forgive Anthony.
Yeah, so from her, we heard a few words. We see this in a lot of political, powerful families. We saw it with Hillary Clinton, that women choose to stay in. Now, yes, I also have to think they have a child together, and sometimes it's very difficult to say, let's go through a painful divorce. That must play into the mind of a woman who's deciding whether or not to stay or leave.
Absolutely. They have an 18-month-old son. But Anna, he also cheated on her via Facebook while she was pregnant. How does that make you feel?
Bad behavior.
Absolutely. Not only bad behavior. If you cannot be respectful towards your family or your wife in that state, when are you going to be respectful?
Is it the repeat behavior part here that Dr. Schreier, you say is a big warning sign? If it happens once and there's a forgiveness and there's a real come to Jesus, so to speak, could that be a relationship worth salvaging? But the repeat behavior, is that what's so concerning here for you?
Yeah, Anna and Corey, look, we say in psychology, past behavior, especially if it's repeated, is the best indicator for future behavior. In Italy, we say a fox, when he gets older, loses il pelo, the hair, but not the bad habits. And this is the worrying part about it. We all make mistakes. But you know what? He doesn't know when he made his last mistake. That's an issue.
So, Dr. Schreier, how do you explain his behavior? I mean, is this guy, is he addicted, or what's going on with him?
I think we are much too quick today to say somebody is addicted.
Yeah.
Some people say take his phone away. However, you know what? This is a man who stands in the public eye, in the limelight. He should be directed mainly by his brain. There are other politicians like Sanford, they make a sidestep, but they actually stick to their favorite mistake. Their wife leaves and they move on. People can have a heart for that. We are fallible. But I do think it is about impulsiveness, also about not paying respect to your family, thinking that you can do really everything you want and still, you know, you want to eat your cake and have it too. This is kind of the metaphor.
I think about the humiliation of having to stand there, and you almost can read it on her face how uncomfortable that is. But you're saying that's a choice, and maybe she should have chosen not to stand by her man, not to get up there at the podium. It's almost like you're saying this is okay, we've gotten past it. There's a forgiveness here.
But look at Huma. I think it's very interesting because she's an understudy of Hillary Clinton. She's a very bright young lady. She's in her late 30s. She speaks Arabic. She grew up in Saudi Arabia. She's a product of Indian and Pakistani parents. Look into the culture. It means generally you stay by your man. Also, Huma is practicing actually Islam. And I compare it now to, I'm Catholic, for example. Before you're leaving a relationship, you really think about it for a long time. And she seems to be a very kind person. That's the picture that we are getting. But there's also a choice. You can be the wife of the future mayor and potentially in the past the future president of the United States. This is a draw, and that is often why women stay. Why did Hillary Clinton not leave? She had the intelligence to. She chose to stay in a power couple. Other people like Sanford's wife, they left.
Right.
Dr. Daniela, right. It's always fascinating to get your take, and really an interesting story. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Good insights. And we want to find out what you think about what's going on here. How do you feel about Anthony Weiner's wife standing by her man?
We want to get your thoughts this morning. Join in the conversation. Post your comments on the Fox 32 Facebook page, and we'll be reading them later in the show, plus discussing this issue again later.
Let's go over to